Today we have another edition of Down to the Wire. We have, I would say, kind of an old fella in this game. I'm not really sure. He goes a long ways back, but then there was a big gap. But we'll get into that. Welcome Brent Bodor to the show.
Thanks, Jackson.
Anybody that sees the program, you race quite a few horses at night. You've got a big stable. You've got an interesting story. We'll kind of start off with, how did you get into the game to begin with? Family or just showed up?
No, I had some friends whose parents owned racehorses and started hanging around with them while we were still in high school. And Rod Starkowski was one. There was Paul Dirksen, Ronnie Smith, and we kind of grew up together, and that's how we got our start.
So from Calgary?
Yeah, from Calgary.
Then comes 1995, and there's a big gap. There's 21 years till you show up back again, a modest stable when you came back. That's growing. What happened in between there?
Well, I got out of the game back in '95. Just the lifestyle I think was just getting a little too much. I thought I'd take a break. Ended up getting married, have some stepkids. Got a job with the city of Calgary. Worked for them for quite a few years. I got to the point in my life where we decided that if we're going to do it, might as well do it now. We jumped back in, and things have taken off.
Good for you and good for your wife, I would say, more so than that. So when you showed back up again, I'm thinking City of Calgary, pension, racing industry is confusing, and here you are. So obviously it was a team plan, and she endorsed it, and here you are.
Yeah, no, it was one of those things. If it was a good job. Like, I appreciate all the stuff from the City of Calgary, but we had to take a jump and do it with the industry starting to take off again here. If it needed to get a firm foothold in here. So with the new start, this track and the one up in Edmonton there going, I have a few owners on board, so, and then Fraser Downs also. So.
Well, good for you. There's nothing that can be said about working at a job that you like. I'm not saying you didn't like the city. Maybe you would have gone what if you hadn't come back again. So now you're having a decent year. You have a lot of starts. You've got a lot of, I would say, mediocre type claiming horses, race horses, which are good to have. You've never really ventured off into the young horses?
I got a couple of young ones out of the yearling sale 3 years ago. One didn't pan out. The other one was Don't Be a Glenda. She was kind of I don't know what you want to call her, but she's
a good story.
She's rolling along pretty good. I have Thinking Out Loud yearling right now. We jumped into the broodmare business too, so we're giving that a whirl. So we're in. We've dove right in.
Well, and that's good. And are the kids, did you say step kids, are they interested at all?
No, I tried to keep them away from here. They got their lives going on, so this is an industry it can go either way. So
I hear you. My kid isn't involved either. How about, I've seen in the winter circle at least once this year, and probably more so, a fairly older lady, I think, white-haired. I'm assuming that's a family member.
Yeah, that's my mother. She comes down to the races and likes to watch. She always cheers at home, so it's nice to have her here. So.
Oh, for sure. So it just shows it is a family thing. So now you tell me about the new track in Edmonton. I know at Century Mile, so the last couple of years you've gone out to Fraser Downs. You've turned it into a 12-month operation, we'll say, because there is a couple of months that Alberta doesn't race. Is there a chance now that you can just be in Alberta, or will that be a decision that's made depending on the stable you're running at that time?
It's what I'm planning on doing is possibly having horses at Fraser Downs and also up in the new Century Mile. And with the help situation, if I can find somebody to take some horses out to Manitoba for me, I'd be interested in setting about 4 or 5 out there too.
Oh wow, okay. So and there is a circuit. Now we can call it an official circuit or an unofficial circuit or whatever. But there's some pretty good money year-round between Alberta and BC if you have the help, or if you can send horses and have people send them to you. I still think that's the route to go. It's tough for a trainer to let a horse go to another trainer, I get it. But if they're racing good and the opportunity's there, I'm sure you're going to do that.
Yeah. Well, my plan is if I can get somebody decent to work with me, I'd fly back and forth. I'd be here like out in Fraser for three weeks, and then go up to Century Mile and back and forth. So, and then go from there.
Right, you're stabled at the track here. We've had some rain. We have tent barns. We've had some issues with it. No hiding that at all. But are you a track guy? Last year you raced at the farm. Before that, at Fraser you've raced. Would you rather be at the track?
I think you have more of an advantage at the track for the distance, and you're always doing maintenance and stuff at a farm.
Right.
So it just cuts into your day. We have long hours to start with already, and then you're just adding more onto it. Then you're throwing the adding onto the shipping and back and forth, and it makes for long days.
And today's a long day, so this will probably come on, I would think, Thursday or Friday. Today's Wednesday, a beautiful day. You got here at what time? Will you try and sneak away and for a while and then come back? These are kind of unique days. It could turn into a 16-hour day if you can't get away.
Yeah, I got here at 7 o'clock this morning. Been going since. I probably won't get out of here until about 11:30 tonight.
Right, some will try and sneak away, but it depends whether you can or not. Well, we certainly wish you all the best. It's good to see you back. You've got a big stable. You've got all kinds of horses now, and if you can develop some young ones, that's where the real money is. But looks like you're a plugger. You're back, and congratulations to your wife, and hope she's okay with all this, because I'm sure some wouldn't be.
Yeah, no, she takes a lot of, I got to give her a lot of credit for putting up with it, so.
Well, we've got that on tape, so if she wants, you can either buy that back from us and we can destroy that part, or she can enjoy it. Thanks for another edition of Down to the Wire. We'll come up with another person next week and enjoy this day as it is.